We are going to be messing with some map meanders, some urban city maps made by Game Tile Warehouse. And I am going to introduce my hostess, Lady Shell.
Hey, yeah.
Hey.
We did a whole intro with the stream not on, and we didn't realize it. So Lyran was told you all kinds of stuff that nobody heard but me. So now I'll let him tell you the exact thing what we're gonna do, which is kind of like up in the air. Figure it out as we type and click and stuff. Enjoy, and thanks for joining our chat here.
All right, guys. So basically, I'm going to go into the library, and I'm going to show you some of the books that we're going to use. Using versatile NPCs, just in case. Baldur's Gate item pack. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, but it has some equipment, and it has some magic items that center around the lore. And then I'm also using the Adventure Heroes of Baldur's Gate, which is on the DM's Guild. I know that Walking Dude and Rob helped convert this over to Fantasy Grounds. It's very well put together. I have some core rules open here. I have the Dungeon Master's Guide, Player's Handbook, and then I have some supplements to help if we want to do anything with the setting, or if I want to test out some of the maps, I'll load those up. So this is what I got going on, and what I'm going to do now is take this huge whopping mass of maps that I have collected, and these are from Kris directly. Now these are not in a module format, these are formatted as individual files, so I'm going to be putting those into Fantasy Grounds manually. So I'm going to open up basically the maps and images icon here, this banner. And as you can see, I have all this other stuff here from all the other books that I have open. So what I'm going to do to make this a little simpler on myself is I'm going to create a new section in these groups. So in the drop down, I just clicked on group, and there's an edit button on the far right, which is edit groups. And then this green plus button appears. So I'm going to click on the plus button, and it defaults as group 1. So I'm going to rename it. Call it Map Meanders City Maps. And now that I have that, I'm going to select it. Right now it's empty, but I have a huge library of city maps that Kris has put out in the last few months. So I'm going to drop those in here. So right now I have a folder open in my downloads folder, and I already have all the maps highlighted. I'm going to drag them over and drop them into this window.
I think it's important to remember that we cannot change images from one group. It's one group to another, right? You have to bring them from your hard.
Yes. So if these are embedded into a module, you cannot move them around very easily. But you can take individual files and import them. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. Now these are for different seasons and also for different occasions. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at a few of these. So here's a nice autumn based map that looks like it takes place in the fall. Kind of like that. So I'm going to keep that off to the side here. Yeah, I love the colors. They look so realistic. Let's see. Can I find anything else that might be cool? This is more of a spring one. Yeah, these are really nice. I can sit here for hours looking at these things. Okay, here's a bathhouse. So those are more interior. So here's a bazaar in the spring or summer. there is a garden with some really nice, intricate colors. Looks almost magical. Oh, here's that Garden City map thing that you showed me earlier, Lady Shell. That's really nice.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a different one. I didn't remember all the flowers. I do remember the fountain, though. That's cool.
Oh, here's a
I'd
swimming
love to
pool.
go there right now.
Wow. I'm trying to look for that garden that you showed me earlier that had the, what you call it? It had a lot of, it was like a banquet, and it had all kinds of really neat looking
Let me
things.
see if I can find it.
Okay, there's a nighttime map. Garden. So there's that one. There's the bazaar. Nice. There was one with a pumpkin, I swear.
Oh, yeah, I have this one's a pumpkin because I said it would be good for the fall. I thought that was a I think it's a M4 F City Garden 04S. Well, minus the S. You may have a different version.
Garden
I
04S.
think that's it.
Okay.
I'm not no, S, like Shelly.
There it is. I think I found it.
Yeah, with all the pumpkins.
Okay, I will bring that over.
Did you find the bizarre one? That's M4F City before S.
M4F
I downloaded
City.
all the small M4F
Yes.
City Bizarre 04.
Okay.
And I got all the small versions because my bandwidth was awful. And I don't think I need anything bigger.
There it is. Yeah,
Kris
there's a
provides
pumpkin.
you with Kris provides you with the small, medium, large, and he also has some that have the grid on them, the hexagon grid on it. So you can use any way you want. So there's a ton of maps in there. I would definitely say if you ever see a Kris Kickstarter, definitely join it because you get tons and tons of stuff for the money that you put into it. He does great work too, as you can see.
It's definitely worth it. All right, so I'm going to look at maybe a couple more autumn ones. Yeah, these are really cool. Look at that. It has a little well right here. Man, that is nice. Wow, that is so cool. You know, I've seen these maps in other situations. There's dark ones, like at night. There's all 4 seasons. And it even has like a bonus winter one where it's like regular snow and then there's like light snow. So it is so awesome.
Then he has all the tokens that you can put on there too. Like I got the ones recently with the stuff that you can put for the...
Oh yeah, I have that, I think. So there's a Meander pack that he's putting out. I don't know if he's got it out released to the public yet, but I'm sure he sent a couple of us a preview. And it's pack number 6. So this has all of the different tokens that you might want to use to denote an area, like maybe on a city map. So let's do that. So I think I'm going to bring up the Let me do this to make it simpler. I'm going to bring up my notes and make a note here. And these are the maps that I want to work with.
Well, when is that from? Did you make those yourself? With the hands and the skulls
Nope,
and
these
stuff?
are new pack I think Kris is
Tokens.
working on.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So, let me see. Yeah, I'm going to link these to the notes. That way I can close them for now. And then I'm going to open up the Baldur's Gate module, which is the Heroes of Baldur's Gate. And I'm going to go to the Maps and Images again. And I'm going to filter it to where I get to the Heroes of Baldur's Gate. So there's Maps. And as you can see, there's a huge map that goes to the city, which is really cool. And I think I want to use the southwest area. I was looking at this earlier, and I want to go with that. So that would be this gate down here, this gate number 17. And this area number 2 is, I think, where I'm going to want to place the encounter I want to work with. So when we get Unity, we'll be able to do this a lot easier. But when until then, I think what I'm going to do is create some sort of marker here where basically where we're going to have the adventure take place. So I think I want to use one of these little pointer thingies. And there's some mines, a bridge, there's a castle, there's a cavern, a vehicle, port. It's pretty cool, all these little symbols. I think I'm just going to use this green tag. So we can use this as a way to kind of keep track of where and what we're going to detail. So I went ahead and bookmarked that. What I'm going to do is sort of link the maps together and make like a little scenario with it. So we're going to go through this first. So here are all the Baldur's Gate maps that come with the module. Now these are embedded in the module more than likely. Actually, these are not copyrighted, so you could move these because you can unlock them and move them where you want to. But if they have that little pinkish red hue, you won't be able to move them. So this one wasn't turned into a DM only module. So let's see. Here's the Cloakwood Forest. There's Baldur's Gate. So technically, what you could do is take and put this map and link it to the other one. So this Baldur's Gate map here, and drag that there. So then when your party arrives, they can go, oh, okay, I'm in Baldur's Gate. Here's the river it talks about. Here's the actual city of Baldur's Gate, which is chapter 9 in the Heroes City of Baldur's Gate area. And then we can pop this map up. So we're kind of drilling down. We're going from, we can go from the Sword Coast to here, and then from here to the city map, then from the city map to a regional map. So we have the DM's map, which would be the southeast. So there's southwest. I imagine that's probably what we're looking at. They're south. Okay, that's just the dock ward. So I believe it's the southwest I'm looking for. Yes, southwest area A. So building number 20 is kind of what I'm looking at here. Okay, cool. So this is a festival hall. You have the orphanage. Pretty cool. So you could technically take this map here. So number 1 would be right here. And this is a Zentarum safe house. So that's right in here in this little pocket. Pretty cool. So you could link this map to this area. And then if you wanted to get fancy, you could probably use a map from Kris's pack to kind of supplement what you're doing here. It doesn't have to be exact. But you can see these catwalks here where people had put boards, or either that or their pathways. Now they look like they're tapestries flowing between 2 buildings. So what I'm going to do is make an encounter nearby this area. So it's not going to be right in this map area. So what we'll do is we'll pick this neighborhood down here, which isn't detailed as much as the other one is. Let me take a look at that. So yeah, this goes, yeah, I could see this goes somewhere else. So that's cool. There's a shrine to Ilmater. Alright, so I'm going to open up my notes here. And I want to use this map right here. It's one of my favorite city maps. So this has already got a title here. It's, you know, an autumn city map. So I'm going to change that for the sake of adventuring. So we're going to call this... we'll call it Baldur's Gate something rather. So I'm going to put map, comma, Baldur's Gate, Southwest region, and then probably like encounter 1 or something. Now this would be for the DM. I wouldn't show this to the players. So I'm going to type something in here. So this is an alley map. So Baldur's Gate City alley map. So now when I show this to the party members, which you achieve that by right-clicking on it and clicking Share Sheets, and that will show this to one of your party members, or all of them, depending on how you share it. If you drag this up to your players, it will share with just one person at a time. But if you just click on this and right-click and hit Shared Sheet, it will share it to the whole party. If you want this map to load in the background before your game starts, you can right-click on it, click on Sharing, and then click Share Sheet, or in this case, you want to do Preload Image. And what that does is when your players connect to your table, it will make this thing load up quicker, and it will load in the background. So they might experience a little bit of lag, but that'll help with the load time. Especially if you have a lot of people connecting in different countries, those sort of things.
Hey, Leroon, Drake made a comment. He said those numbers on the map are not the same numbers on the big maps.
Okay, that's fine. You could place these maps wherever you want to, though. I mean, this is more like you're making up your own encounters. But I haven't really got a good chance to look at the full module, but it looks really well done. Congratulations to Rob and Walking Dude. That is an awesome module. Great work on that. Let's see. So we have this map here. Now we have to put some layers on here. We want to make sure we do that. So I'm just going to use something on the map to give me a frame of reference for size. Because roughly 50 or 60 works, but, you know, it's all kind of in the eye of the beholder, too. So I wouldn't think that these crates would be more than 5 foot in width, or the staircase, so we'll see. So I'm going to go to Layers, Set Grid, and I'm going to click on this corner here. And yeah, so it looks like it's about 50. So now the grid is on the map. So you got to make sure that that's done before you do anything else. And then, of course, you name it and organize it however you want. And you would do the same thing with these. So we'll say that our encounter starts here. And then it continues on to another part of the city. Maybe it's next door. So these maps do somewhat connect. So this would be a really cool segue into another encounter or another part of the encounter.
Someone stole the vegetables.
So I'm going to change this and just change it to encounter 2. And this one will be like Baldur's Gate well map or something like that. So that will be something that you'll be looking at when you are sharing this with your players. They won't see this part, they'll just see this Baldur's Gate well map. And go ahead and lock that. Oh, I got to put a grid on it. So again, I'm going to zoom into something, give me some reference here. Go to Layers, Set Grid. That's pretty darn close. If it's off a little bit, you can hit this tool grid toolbar and you can kind of mess with it a little bit. So I moved it up, which kind of fixed it. Yeah, it's close enough. But you can do some fine adjustments, but it's better if you trace it correctly the first time. So that's that. And I'm going to do the garden now. So this garden is going to be basically the third encounter. So I'm going to call this Baldur's Gate Pumpkin Garden. And that should be that. And now I want to put a grid on it as well. So I think 50 has been a pretty good number for us. We'll stick with that. There we go. Okay, so now I got all the maps kind of labeled and figured out. And I just use the maps over here as kind of a reference. So now what we could do is set up a scenario to where we're not sure which map the encounter is going to take place, but we're going to set one up for it. So what I'm going to do is make a table, a real basic table, nothing fancy. So here are the tables. And this is going to be a random roll. So I'm going to make a new section. And I'm going to call this Baldur's Gate Random Encounter Tables or something like that. There we go. Just call it Baldur's Gate Random Tables. Now I'm going to build the tables in here. So one is going to be for frequency. So this encounter is going to occur at a certain time of day. So night or daytime. So let's kind of make nighttime a little bit less of a thing, or you can make daytime have a little less. So let's maybe we'll make nighttime more of the chance to have an encounter. So we're going to weigh the table more favorable to nighttime. And Kris has nighttime variations of these maps, so I'll have to see if I can find those. So let's do that. So daytime and nighttime. So night, well, let's go with 4 through 6. Actually, 3 to 6 would be good. All right. So if I rolled a 2, that means that the encounter would happen during the day. Yep. Just a really basic table here. And now I'm going to put what map does it take place on. So this will be the location table. Or we can call it environment, however you want to call it. So you have your location environment table. So these will be the actual maps that come up. So there's number 1. Number 2. And then we'll put number 3 in there. Gotta add another row. Okay. So I'm gonna weigh these out evenly. Okay, so basically what's going to happen is I'm going to connect the two tables together. So when they get into the city, they're going to roll to see what time of day it is. And then if I had all the maps figured out better, I would have a table for day and night, and I would use 2 separate instances of those particular maps. So that would be the best way to do that. But I'm not going to go through all that rigmarole at the moment. So I'm just going to go and add another column here. And this is going to add this table so that it will roll on this table regardless of the result. But it'll tell you it's daytime or nighttime. So then I would just change the environmental background. So if it was nighttime, I can just change this and just say it's night, rather than having a nighttime variation of the map itself. So let's see. That makes it a little easier, a little less time consuming. So let's see. I'm going to make another column. And this is going to be the actual environment table. And then I need to make sure that I copy the name of this table, the exact spelling. And then I need to put brackets around it. So the square brackets. Okay, so that should do that. So like I said, these are really basic tables. You can get really complex.
Question.
Sure.
Drake wants to know, can that table actually make the scene change from light to dark? Could it be coded that way?
You might not be able to code it, but you could do a command shortcut. So if you wanted to, I think what you could do is make another table, put the color that you want. So it'd be /lighting. And then you'd put the hex code. I don't know what a good hex code for midnight would be. I'll check it out. Maybe a midnight blue. Okay, so I got the RGB value, so it's this thing here. So that's the number. I can drag that into the hotkey. So now when I click on it, it'll change the background color. But see, it's a little bit too dark. So you'd have to experiment with what colors you want to mess with. So you could technically put all the RGB values on a table, and when you roll it, you could probably have it so you can click it or send it to as a command right away. So I'm pretty sure you could do something like that. Or something close.
Excuse me, I got one that you could try. 647 AEA. I think that's pretty close to the nighttime thing that's in your chat window, actually.
So 647 AE.
647 A like Alpha, E like Edward, A like Alpha.
Okay. So again, I bookmarked that. Yeah, much better. So yeah, you could technically do that. You'd have to make another table and then just put the names or the text of the files here. And it would maybe possibly send it over here. Just copy and paste it and make a command out of it. Or you can shortcut them down below.
Drake has a suggestion if you want to do another one.
What's that?
He's got 7, B like boy, 8, 9, 9, 3.
Okay. That would work with some rain or something like that, or a gray, dismal kind of day. That'd be good for this, actually. Well, I'm going to leave that.
Cool. Thanks, Drake.
So the midnight blue was too much, but this is a really nice color gray. So what we could do is make a mood table. So let's see. Oops. So here's the lighting. And then here's the one that Shell suggested. So we could change the mooding according to the time of day. So that would be, it'd have to be linked in here somewhere. So let me think. Yeah, you'd have to have a table that rolled on the mood table on top of this. But I'm going to test the table itself, see if it works.
This is starting to look a little squareware-like.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do it totally. So you could just roll, but it's not going to put the command, you're not going to be able to populate the command field, but you'll definitely have a shortcut that you can drag and hit enter. So that would be pretty quick. So we'll keep that in mind. So now we have the city encounter, the time of day, and we have the environment. So let's see. And then we could put the mood table after those if we wanted to. So let's do that. I'm going to add another column. Put mood there. So let's see what happens. So we roll here. And there's the mood table. I didn't see the mood. What did I do wrong? Let's see. Yeah, it didn't quite work out that way. So if I roll it like that by itself, it worked fine. So I guess it doesn't like commands too much. It said it's rolling on the mood table, so let me see if I spelt it correctly. Yeah, it looks right. Oh, I see where it is. Duh. Yeah, you gotta be careful of that. I put the wrong bracket. Alright, now try it. There we go. Yeah, you just plug in the mood, and there it goes. So you can change the mood of the encounter. And you could possibly make these moods fit more with the time of day or the season. So if you wanted autumn, you might have a sunset, a kind of a cloudy morning, fog type thing, like that gray. Let's see if we can get that to come up. It doesn't want to. It's still going with the evening. There we go. Yeah, you could do that totally. Okay, so when you got your mooding there and you have the time of day, you pop up the map, it's all ready to go. Your mood is set. I might actually change the mooding before the map, so it just depends on how you want this to roll. So now you have the encounter, this table, it gives you the mood table. And now I want it to roll on another table. So we'll create that.
Not Rob, Drake has another suggestion. He says, so you could actually make a table for the DOE and Rob Tui Sounds to play a sound too, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
FTC mood effects in the house.
Yep. Yep, that's true. You could totally do that. I don't have that extension loaded right now, but if I did, I could possibly do that. Wouldn't be too hard. So let's see. So we got that. Now I want to do just like an encounter with a city encounter with some thugs or something. That'll make this a little bit more interesting. So in this case, I think I'm going to do a formula encounter instead of just a regular encounter. So I'm going to do a random encounter. And again, I'm going to make my own section. Okay. All right. So we're going to call these like street thugs or something like that.
Are they stealing the fruit?
Yes. They're, should they be thugs or thieves?
Well, if they're stealing stuff, they sound like thieves.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just urchins, poor people that don't have any food, and that's the only thing that they could do.
Then that sucks.
Giving them an excuse.
I want them to be little buttholes. So, they're going to be thugs. They're going to be bullies. They want to steal from people.
NPC butthole. Okay.
Okay, so street thugs. So I'm going to take a look at NPCs. And it looks like there are some assassins, some brigands. What else do we got here? An apothecary. Let's see what he looks like. Yeah, he'll be like, get off my lawn. He might be the guy they're trying to steal stuff from. Here's some bandits. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, they even got a little token all ready to go. Why not?
Why do he look like the Tin Man?
Let's see. Oh, there's a bandit captain. Oh, yeah. That'll make it interesting. So, we're going to have our... Oh, there's some ruffians, too. Let's take a look at these guys. That guy's a swindler. Level 2 ruffian. Yeah, basically very similar. Except for this one seems a little bit more fleshed out than this one. But they are very similar. So you got bandits and ruffians.
Are they both from the Baldur's Gate module?
Some of them are from the Ultimate NPCs, and some of them are from the, what you call it, the Nord Games. Can't remember what it's called. Skullduggery. Then there's some actual named people, and we could probably find some city guards, and that's sort of why I loaded those modules, because I know they have a lot of already made out NPCs. I'm going to use the ruffians, maybe. Well, we have the bandit captain. Let's just keep it simple. So here's the bandit.
Tell me why your apothecary is selling vegetables. Is there something inside the vegetables you're not supposed to know?
Well, he could have a shop, and this could just be someone's stuff outside.
Okay, I'm
So it
just
doesn't...
trying to be silly here.
Gotcha. So here we go. Let's go put the bandit captain on the encounters first. And then we're going to have the bandit thugs. So we're going to wait this out. So this is just going to be 1d1. So no matter what, it's only going to have one bandit, or excuse me, this one is going to be 1d1. The bandits themselves is going to be based on the number of people in the party on the party sheet. So I'm going to go, let's see, 1 plus the number of PCs. Just like that. So now when they come across this particular encounter, when it comes up, they will roll on this table here, and it will bring up the bandits according to the number of party members in the party sheet. So that way it will scale with the party size. It doesn't take into account CR level and your party mix and all that stuff, but at least you're not going to have too many bandits for how many party members there are. So there's always going to be one more bandit, and then the captain, of course. So it's going to be a tough fight, because I just rolled once, and it's already a CR3 because the bandit captain's pretty badass. So I'm going to pin this random thing right here.
What kind of weapons are those captains and the... Oh, bandit captain and bandits. What kind of weapons are they using? Like scimitars or something?
Let's see. It just says melee weapon scimitar. Yep, that's what they're using, and they have a light crossbow.
The captain only uses the scimitar too?
Nope, the guys do.
Oh,
the captain is using. He gets 3 melee attacks, 2 with his scimitar and 1 with his dagger.
Dang.
Or he can make 2 ranged attacks.
Poison on the dagger?
Nope.
He should have poison on the
dagger. But he does have parry. Yep. So
Drake's
he's pretty tough.
Laughing at you because you said party sheet.
Yeah.
Didn't you mean combat tracker?
Nope. Party sheet.
Okay. Well, why is he laughing? I don't know.
I don't know,
Drake,
because...
Why are you laughing?
Because when you have characters on the party sheet, and that formula goes to the party sheet, not the combat tracker. So however many people you have on the party sheet is what determines the formula, not the combat tracker. So that's what determines that.
Oh, he was talking about your table. The dollar PC pulls from the party sheet, not the combat. Yeah, but
yeah.
He said you said party sheet.
That's what I meant to say.
Well, I don't know what he's talking about. That's what he said. Pulls from the party sheet, not the combat tracker. He said
right.
Party sheet. I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows what Drake is talking about? He's laughing because
Anyways.
he was typing the question and George beat me to it. Okay.
Huh. So let's do that. Let's put a couple let's try this out. So let's see. I'll link that there.
You gonna put people, like fake people on there?
Probably.
PCs?
Yep. Let me see if I have any. Nope.
Hey,
And
here we
PCs.
go. CC 101.
Yeah.
Can you give the code again for the party one plus the party number? I think it's something $ PC thing.
Yeah, it's $PC.
Plus
So,
1, right?
well, you can, all your positive values go on the left of the formula. All your negative and subtraction goes on the right. So you can say 1 plus the number of PCs or 2 times the number of PCs. You can also use fractions. So you can go 0.5 or 0.3. And then on the other side of it, if you want to divide it, you would go the number of PCs divided by 2 or 0.4 or whatever you want to do. Or the number of PCs minus 1 or however you want to put it.
Why would you make it less? Because you want the thing to be not so hard?
Yeah, it would be, depends on the creature type.
Okay.
So, you know, if you have like 2 kind of medium buff creatures, and then you have a bunch of minions, you only want 1 or 2 of those minions, so you don't want to overpower the party. So if there's a party of 6, more than likely you're going to get 2 of those medium ones. But if you only have like 5 or less, you're only going to get 1. You know, it's just how you weigh the...
Especially if you're, you know, the minions, you may not have a lot of them, but they might like have that run away like the goblins do. What would it be if it's not, you know, I know that's their specific thing, but there's a thing like for regular humans or whatever to disengage or whatever. What would it be called?
I don't know what you're getting at, but...
You don't know what I'm getting at. That
no.
figures. I don't. Apparently, I don't either.
Are you talking about when they can disengage and leave?
Yeah, like the rogue can do.
Okay. So for the goblins, it's a bonus action. And it's like they can sneak away or they can hide. They don't have to suffer any additional actions. But for a rogue, they have like uncanny dodge, they have disengage, they have all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to add some characters to the mix here. Good old Figano Fetch.
He's my favorite.
Lord Gallimar. Shayra. Put Squire Valius in here this time.
Oh yeah.
Zayla.
He never gets to come in the game because he's just a level 2 and everybody else is level 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Drake said it's Nimble Escape. That's what it's called for the goblins.
Right, but they call it different things for different types of creatures, but it's the same rules. You know what I mean? It's like the Feeding Frenzy is the same thing as the... it's just called something different. That's when you get advantage when you're standing next to your ally.
Right.
So...
Feeding Frenzy, I think, is similar to the lizard guy's Hungry Jaws. Is similar to that, I think.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I got the characters. There they are. Now I'm going to put them...
I wanted to see you build one.
No, thank you. I've done enough in my time.
Rob can build one in, what, 2 minutes or something? I can't remember. I know I've seen him build one. It was like
15 minutes or something.
Super fast. Yeah, he's fast. He can do it fast. That's because he's got all his effects. He just drags stuff up.
Yep. Okay, so here's the party.
You know, the background's that gray color, and I keep the. You know what it kind of looks like? You know when you have something that you picked, but then something's like not not what is the word I'm trying to think of? You know where it's not available or something. It kind of looks like that. Like it should
Oh.
be white, but it's gray because
Mm-hmm.
it's not available. That's what it kind of looks like. All your stuff looks like it's not available to me
Not available.
because of the color.
Right. Yep, not available.
Drake said grayed out. I'm glad he knows what I'm talking about.
Well, well, well.
You do have that map with the well.
Yeah, I know. Well, well, well.
I am
Well,
just being silly now. We're
well.
losing traffic here. There's only 4 people left.
Boo. No, I'm just kind of playing around with the maps and showing kind of what things you need to go through to kind of set up an encounter, and also to keep it, different, so you're not using the same maps over and over and over. It kind of makes it nicer for the DM. There's the bathhouse. All right, let's see. So we have that. So you wanted to know how that worked. So here's that is. I have to put the party members on the party sheet first, or else it won't work at all. So if I roll it now, it's only going to generate one of each. So if I change this up, what this does is gives you a higher replay value. So if you set up an encounter and different people run the same module, they'll have just a slightly different experience because of that formula. So now when I roll it, I got 7 bandits because there's 6 players, plus the extra one, and then the bandit captain. So let me see what the CR is on this buddy. Yeah, it's still CR3. It's a pretty good challenge. So if that was the case, whoops. Where did they go? I hate that. Oh, how fun. There we go. So send them to the combat tracker. There's a whole slug of them, and now they have different initiatives because I changed these settings. So if you come down here and you change this to add auto NPC initiative on, it rolls individually, so they don't go as one big group. And I appreciate that. I get bored. They all go at the same time. Now
Yeah, I don't want them to all go at the
I know,
same
it's
time
horrible.
either. Yeah,
It doesn't
and
make
it's
any
usually
sense.
all before the poor party like
Yep.
this, but you haven't rolled the party yet, right?
Right, correct. So now I have. So I've rolled the. Wow, they all rolled really crappy. So the bandit captain is going to go first. So let me get the map up here. Okay. Whoa, there's a bunch of them.
Oh, you didn't pre-place your
No,
people.
this is a random.
Oh, that's right.
It's not really an ambush. So here's the captain.
Have anyone on, like, the roof?
You know, I was thinking about that. There's really not anywhere for them to sit safely. But I might have this guy hiding in the stairwell or something. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to make them visible. Wow, there's a whole bunch of them. Now I'm going to put the party on here.
So you don't have, like, the vendor is not going to be a token on the map?
No, not at this time. I could, but...
Maybe he, like, yells out the window, "Hey, get off my
get off my
stuff," or
lawn.
"Get away from..."
Yeah.
Yeah. but he stays inside because he's not stupid.
Yeah, exactly. So the bandit captain whistles and all these dudes come out. And the party's like, oh crap. So now they pretty much got a fight on their hand. So the bandit captain runs up and he engages our buddy Sir Valius. So Sir Valius is definitely in for a world of hurt.
Was he the centaur?
No, Centaurus is the centaur.
Oh, that's right. This is the paladin, right?
Yeah, the paladin and his squire. So the squire is about to get jacked up. Oh, critical hit right off the get-go. Holy crap. Ooh, heavy damage right on the first attack. And he missed that time. And now he's going to make a dagger attack. Let's see, it says he can make 3 attacks, 2 with the scimitar, 1 with his dagger. So he slashes both ways and he comes around with the backhand and tries to take him by surprise. Oh yeah, he hit. Youch! So he caught Squire Valius off guard. That guy came in with a vengeance. Man.
I don't suppose he has a reaction, huh?
No. I can double check though.
Drake said, "It's just a squire. You could get another." I thought he was hitting the paladin, though. He's hitting the squire?
Well, yeah, he does have a
okay.
second wind, so he's going to use that. That helped. So that got him out of a bind. Okay, so on his turn, he's going to do the, Okay, this guy, he hears the action going on. So he's going to go ahead and take out his light crossbow, and he's going to try to shoot somebody down here. So probably Figgin. So I clicked left control to target Figgin. And all I have to do is double click. So that bolt goes tink, and it goes right across the alley and hits the wall over here. So he missed. And he is going to move back 5 feet. So that is his turn. He's kind of yelling at those guys. Ha ha.
Well, good thing your cleric is up next.
Yep, Dorig is going to whip out something, hopefully. And it'd be a spell. Let's see. He does have Bless, and I'm going to cast it at 2nd level. So there's a second level slot. And I put the bless thing on him. So he's tagged now with the concentration effect. He's going to put it on the squishies. Including Valius. So that was his turn. Does he have a bonus action? Yes, he does. He's going to use his other... Can he... Let's see. No, he's going to save that just in case.
He could do his, you don't have it! Why
What's
don't
that?
you have it in there?
What?
You've got guidance, mending, and spare the dying. Why don't you have sacred flame?
He doesn't use it. He doesn't like fire.
He doesn't like fire.
No. So...
Sacred flame it's from your god. What's wrong with this silly cleric?
Anyhow, that is his turn. And he's going to move back this way. For cover. So he doesn't get hit. And that's his turn. So bandit number 1 comes forward to his leader's aid. So he moves right in front of his ally. And he attacks the paladin and misses. So he kind of is pissed off. This guy who was hiding, he comes out of hiding. And actually, no, he's going to try to move over here. And he's going to try to do so silently. So he doesn't really have a sneaking ability or anything like that. So I'm just going to roll a dexterity check. So he got a 9. Their passive perception is much higher than that. So he thinks he's sneaking around over here. And he's going to pull out his light crossbow and shoot it at Zayla.
I bet she has a reaction.
He rolled a 20.
Cutting words?
Probably. He rolled a 20.
Great. She does have cutting words, though, I would think. I think that's a reaction.
Oh, wow. Youch. Let me see. Yes, she does. So she's going to use her cutting words and try to reduce some of that damage. So she needs to use an inspiration die. Oops, I didn't want to put that on there. But she used one of her inspiration die. She's going to roll a d6. 1. Boo. So she takes 1 point less damage. That sucked. That was a waste. Okay, Bandit 3 moves forward. Pulls out his crossbow. And he tries to hit Valius. So he's got Valius targeted. Now he has to shoot through his ally. So he's getting a -2. And I'm going to double click on his attack roll. He still missed. So that sucked for him. Okay, Zayla is going to use her second slot for Bardic Inspiration. So she's going to do it on Valius. He kind of has a crush on her. She really doesn't look at him that way, but she does kind of have pity on him. So she has her Bardic Inspiration. I'm going to roll a d6. So that's a 2. So he'll get a 2 modifier. So I'll leave that down here to remind me. So when he wants to use his Bardic Inspiration, he can. That's a bonus action. So I forgot to put on her half-elf ancestry. Let's go with a Mockery. Vicious Mockery. So she starts insulting the bandit captain. Actually, no, she'll insult this guy back here, because he's right on her. So I'm going to cast this Vicious Mockery. It's a cantrip.
And what exactly is she saying?
She's saying, "You no good for nothing, Kmart shopping, Goodwill Phil, Butterbrick Barney, Food Bank Frank." You know, just kind of making fun of his poor station, because she's kind of noble.
Wow. Well, he said, "Screw you." I succeeded.
Yeah.
I'm wiser than you thought.
So that sucked.
Drake says the party does not have a chance with you running both sides.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's why I'm trying to help them.
So Shayra is not liking what's going on here. She says, "Okay, had enough playing around here." So what is she going to do? She is going to do
Fireball!
Fireball? She don't
I
have
don't
Fireball.
know. Oh,
How about
darn.
Shatter?
Who made these characters?
A loud ringing sound
I'm
in a
sorry.
10-foot sphere centered on the point. Ooh. So she's going to do
Shatter is nasty.
She's going to do Shatter. So I'm going to right click on here. Go to pointers. Look at that.
How big is the area? Was it 20 foot?
10.
10 foot? Well, 10 can take up to 4 people, right?
Look at that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shatter.
Oh, because it's a circle. Okay.
Yep, radius. 10-foot radius centered on a point. Anyone in there has to make a saving throw. On a failed save, they take half damage. Woo! A non-magical object that isn't being worn.
She's a sorceress. Is she got wild? I'm not wild magic. Does she have a careful spell?
She does, but she doesn't have to worry about it now. Because nobody's in that radius.
Oh, you moved it.
But
okay, it was touching the other
she does have empowered spell. So she can re-roll the damage if it sucks.
Yeah, but then don't you have to take the second one no matter what it is?
Yes.
That's a chance there.
I don't mind it. So we'll use that.
You don't mind it. You're not on their side.
Nope. So she is going to kick some butt and try to use her extra battery power. So I am going to first target all the individuals. And now I'm going to roll the save. Almost all of them succeeded. Oh my god. So this is going to be a nightmare. So I am not going to use that. Her empowered spell. Because I don't want to deal with fixing all of their different damages. So now I'm going to roll damage. Ooh, so she took a couple of them out. So she killed 2 of them and damaged a couple others. And the bandit captain took 12 points of damage. That was pretty good, actually. So she's going to move this way.
Good thing I suggested it, or she'd be dead.
Okay, Valius, he did his, what do you call it, his bonus action already, which was to save the second wind. And now he is going to attack the bandit captain. They don't call him Sir Valius for no reason. So he's going to take his short blade and try to stab the leader. And this round he's going to use his action surge. So he's going to make 2 attacks. And he scores a hit. That bless helped him a lot. So he did 5 total points of damage with the stab of his short blade. He hit again. He did 7 that time. So we got some pretty good hits on the bandit captain. Good job, Valius. He should be getting advantage because he's standing next to Gallimar, but I haven't figured that out yet. Bandit number 7. He comes moving up here, and then he kind of stops in his tracks, pulls out his light crossbow and tries to shoot Shayra. And he was successful.
She should have done mage armor.
Yeah, she took 7 points of damage. She wasn't expecting him, but that's what you get. Okay, Figgin knows that the situation's dire. So he is
So he's gonna leave.
Yeah. He's actually gonna move here and then move towards this guy. That's his full movement rate. And he's gonna engage him. So he is going to take his short blade out and try to stick the guy. And he scored a hit. His blade goes stabbing into the gut of this guy. So that's good. At least he's trying to tie him up. Okay. Lord Gallimar. He moves forward this way. And he attacks the bandit captain. Holds a shield up to block this guy. So Gallimar, being a paladin, has a special ability. He's going to do Divine Smite if he hits. So we'll see. So he takes his longhand sword, or his long sword, +1. And he tries to hit the bandit captain with it. And that's a successful strike. Couldn't get better than that. And now I'm going to add the Divine Smite. And then the attack damage. Nice. So he did a total of 24 points of damage. So he drove that long blade right into the guy's side.
Can he do lay on hands on somebody? Is the person next to him hurt?
I don't think he can do for a bonus action.
What is laying hands?
It's a touch. It's just touch.
No. I mean, is it a bonus action or?
No, it's just a turn. So he don't get to use that.
Okay, so it's an action then.
Mm-hmm. And Divine Smite is a spell slot. So he used one of his spell slots. He doesn't have any bonus actions other than Turn the Tide. Let me look at that. Turn the Tide is a bonus action. You bolster injured creatures with your channel divinity. Each creature of your choice that can hear you within 3D or within 30 feet gets 1d6 plus your charisma if it has no more than half its hit points. So let me look at.
Doesn't your sorceress have less than half her hit points?
Mhm.
She looked pretty bad shape.
I think so. Yeah, she has half. And what about the kid? Valius. He's okay.
Squire.
So it's going to be turn the tides on her, basically. So he is going to pray and basically turn the tide. Yep. So why is there a save? Huh. So he might have to cast it on her. And if she succeeds, does it not work? I mean, I don't get it. Well, she succeeded, so does that mean it doesn't work? I don't know.
That's weird.
It is. I don't know why it has a saving throw. But she's basically going to gain a couple hit points back. Better than nothing. Yeah, it's a bonus action, 30 feet. Yeah, it just says you can bolster. It doesn't say anything about a save. Huh. Okie dokie. So maybe that's if you're trying to heal someone that's not on your side. I don't know.
Why would you do that?
I have no idea.
Because you were charmed?
Maybe. Okay, so this bandit is sitting right in front. Oh, he's dead. Okay. So bandit captain realizes that he's in for a fight for his life. So he's going to take a couple strikes at Gallimar. And he missed. So Gallimar raised his shield. Oh, and he rolled a 1. So he dropped his blade, and he loses his third attack. So that's what his attack's going to be. However, the captain adds +2 to his armor class against one melee attack that would hit. To do so, the captain must see the attacker and be wielding a melee weapon. So he can parry if someone makes an attack on him. So that's kind of cool. So this guy had his bow out. He's going to try to finish the sorceress off. And he missed. So he goes clunk, and then again it flies over. Okay. Doric sees what's happening here in the alley. He figures these guys have their hands full, and he wants to help over here, and he knows that this guy's going to be kind of a nuisance. So he moves out here, moves forward, and attack. So he says, "Oh, no you don't." And he swings his weapon. Now, Doric has a warhammer. He's going to use it one-handed because he has a shield. And he strikes a vicious blow. Just kind of comes down and cracks on this bandit's leather armor, and it kind of crushes his shoulder. The bandit takes 4 points of damage. That was pretty good. So it's his turn. So he pulls his scimitar out and returns the blow. And he misses. So Doric got his shield up in time before that little vicious scimitar got a hold of him. Bandit number 3 moves in. And he engages Squire Valius. And he missed. So Valius was able to valiantly move out of the way of this bandit's attack. All right. Zayla. She better do something pretty quick. So she did
Didn't
her.
the paladin have or she gave him some inspiration? Oh, you already used it, huh?
It went to Valius, and no, he hasn't used it yet.
Okay, don't forget it.
Okay. So I think she's going to cast Crown of Madness or something like that on the bandit captain.
That is an excellent idea.
So it's concentration. Does she have any other concentration effects? No. So she's going to put the tag on herself that she's using that spell. Gonna roll the save.
I just noticed she has heat metal.
He succeeded.
She has heat metal. Aren't those people carrying metal things or anybody
Leather.
in metal armor? Oh, they are.
The
Even
swords,
the captain?
The swords are probably metal.
So they would have to drop them, right, if the thing worked.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Darn.
that didn't work.
I like Crown of Madness, but it didn't work in that opportunity.
Nope. So that took that.
I think the dice are against the party.
Uh-huh. Yep. So that's her turn. Actually, she's going to switch places with Dorig. Go back into the little hidey hole. Okay, Shayra. I think you need to do something here. Magic missile on this guy. Bandit number 2. So she goes ahead and casts a magic missile. 3, actually, I'm going to do 4.
She has Thunder Wave, too.
So she's going to do 4 magic missiles.
Well, hope she rolls good.
Yep. So she did 3 on him and 1 on this guy. So she took him out. That's awesome. And I think she should do mage armor on her next attack. Or her next spell. Yep. So she's going to move over here. And end her turn. Squire Valius, he's kind of overwhelmed. He goes to face the other bandit, not the captain. He's going to use his inspiration this time. It's a modifier of +2. And he's got a short blade. Oops, that was a hit. I mean, that was damage. So he hit anyways. So the damage done had killed the bandit. So he took that bandit out. Valius is doing pretty good. And now he's going to move this way to flank the bad guy. Bandit number 7. He sees this little halfling. He just, come here, you little... And he swings at him. And he misses. So Figgin is kind of trading sword blows with him. And going back and forth and dodging and kind of rolling and getting out of the way. So Figgin does a little move and he tries to counter his blow. And he misses. So they're kind of trading back and forth. Lots of sword play. Gallimar wants to finish this guy off once and for all. So he again He calls to his lord, and he's going to do the Divine Smite again. He's going to use one of his spell slots. So let's see what happens. He's able to successfully hit the captain pretty hard. I'm going to go ahead and use a slot, and I'm going to apply Divine Smite and go ahead and finish him off, hopefully. Wow. It did not finish him off, but he's severely wounded. He's starting to stagger. His health and his energy is flagging, so he's kind of having difficulty. Bandit Captain. He's going to parry on his next attack, which would have canceled out one of these guys' attacks. So he'll parry Squire Valius if that's what it takes. So that's a reaction. So what I'm going to do here is 2 attacks against Gallimar. Ooh, a critical hit. Ooh, he grievously wounds the Paladin. That did not feel good. And he's rolling good. So Valius is suffering. He's got like, our Lord Gallimar is suffering. He's got like maybe 6-7 points left. So he's hurting. And the next attack is going to Valius, which is the dagger. So he spins around at the last minute, and he misses. He drops his dagger. So now he's dropped both his sword and his dagger. So he has to use the rest of his turn picking up, and he cannot use his reaction. So that's his penalty for rolling a 1. Okay, Dorig, finish him off. So Dorig takes another big overhand smash attack on this thug here. Take that! And he hits him. And the next thing you know, he is dying. So that camera just crushed him. Here his bones popping. So that took care of him. So he made good work of him. He turns around, assesses the battle, and he decides to move over closer to the sorceress. And if he needs to, he's going to prepare a healing spell. So he's ready in case she has any problems. Zayla is going to take out her crossbow and try to take a shot at the bandit captain. And she hit. So she just picks up her crossbow, pulls the trigger, goes tick, and it basically hits him in the side. He goes, ugh. So she does a total of 6 points of damage. That's pretty nice. So good work on her part. Okay. Shayra knows that Figgins got this handled, so she is going to look towards the captain. She wants to end this battle. So I think she's going to just use the rest for missiles. So that's her last 2nd level slot, and she's going to do 4 on, probably on him. And he's dead. So she took him out. And the other 3 are going to go on this guy. Let's see. And he's gone. That was one hell of a battle. So it looks like the bandits did not prevail, and the party members came kind of close to dying, but it looks like they're going to be okay after all.
Miracle.
It is. All right. So I guess that's how you would set up a brief encounter that's not so brief. But if you have everything together and you have some maps, you really don't even need a big scenario right now. This is just them traveling through either Waterdeep or whatever city you want it to be. And this would be a random encounter that might arise in between adventures, or perhaps it may be a deterrent to keep the player characters in a certain area. And when they get off track, you can throw a couple of these at them and see what happens. But it looks to me like the party was victorious. I'm going to give them a short rest. So if I go to the combat tracker...
Wait, wasn't the paladin dying?
No, he's got 17 out of 25.
Oh, I thought he was like
he's hurt,
really bad
but he's,
shape.
Yeah, he is in bad shape. But they just took a long rest. Now they're all ready to fight again. So they just slept right there on the streets. Or maybe the guy that owns that house let them come in. So they made it through. No problem. So the main thing here is if you got a bunch of maps, like I did, you want to go through and try to organize them. So what I mean by that is, let's see. I want to find the Baldur's Gate maps, Meanders city map. Okay, so here I have all these frickin' maps. See, that would be very difficult to figure out which map you wanted or that you had. And it goes 3 pages. I mean, there's a bunch of them. So here is where you kind of want to keep them organized. So it'd be map, comma, Baldur's Gate, southwest region. So these are a way that you could name them so you're not getting this or a bunch of random text. So you want to go through and name all of your maps and make sure that they are all organized. And instead of putting all of these in one section, what I could have done is broke them down into collections. So I could have had the winter ones, all the different seasons, and then broke them down into fall, spring, winter. And you can even change the map. Like this one here is a summer map. So what I might do is go summer, comma, map, comma, bridge. So that way it organizes alphabetically and you'll be able to know which ones are which. So that's just a little tip that you want to use. Also, since I'm done with this battle map, if I don't plan on using it again for this adventure, I'm going to unshare the map with the party and also these because we didn't use them. So those are just little tips there. When you're masking a map, let's say this one here, really not a whole lot of definition here, but if you know the scale, you can hit layers, set grid, and this one happens to be 50. I know that because I used it earlier. And that's the scale of your map. But if you don't know the scale, just play around with it and use other objects to kind of scale how large you would think an opening or maybe this chimney shouldn't be any wider than 5 feet diameter. So it should give you a rough idea of scale. So just use other objects in the area to help you with that. Let's see. And if you're gonna grid this, you might as well name it and go through it. So I did heavy winter, map, comma, buildings. So that way when I go back into that list, it'll be in alphabetical order. Yeah, it's up here. So it's something you want to do when you have maps. Hopefully you won't have this many to contend with. This would be way too much for one section. But you have all these really nice maps that you could go through, and like this one here doesn't really have a grid on it, but it does have these flagstones or these tiles. So I'm going to right click on the map, click layers, set grid, and you zoom in to where you can see what you're doing. And then take this and drag it, and that's about 50. So that's pretty close to being right on. It looks like it's off a little teeny bit this way, up to the northeast. So again, I can go like this and nudge it over a little, and that's a lot closer. So now the grids line up with the tiles. Well, at least for the most part it did. Let's see, this is kind of off a little bit. So let me fix that. There we go. That looks better. Yeah, it's a little bit closer. So you kind of get the idea. You got to play around with them, but try to find maps that don't already have a grid on it. There, I moved it down one too, so that'll help. There you go. So that's not bad. I want to go swimming now with all these swimming pools. So anyhow, I think we're going to call it a wrap. Lady Shell, thank you for moderating and hanging out with me. And thanks to the chat for hanging out if you hung out.
Well, 3 people did.
Yeah, we're just playing around. Tomorrow around this time, we're going to be doing another stream with the Triple Threat 3. So if you're interested, come in around this time a little earlier, and we will be streaming a continuation of our adventure in the jungles of Cholt, which isn't really necessarily the Tomb of Annihilation campaign. We're just using that setting. So it's kind of a mixture of homebrew and Forgotten Realms, fantasy, D&D 5e kind of a game. And we have drop-in characters, and then we have 3 main characters, and that's Lady Shell, Roasted, and also Jade Dragon. So all 3 of them are playing in the game. Lady Shell is playing a hunter ranger type, and her name is Katja. Roasted Beans, she is playing a roguish type of tabaxi, and her name is Felony or Felonious Feline. And last but not least is Katri, that's played by Jade Dragonette, and she is a sorceress, a tabaxi sorceress, wild magic. So those are the main characters, and they will not be in that all the time, but when they are in there, they will be participating in a longer, larger story arc. So hopefully we can get that going tomorrow on time and get everyone entertained with that. But until then, I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks for coming. Bye.